Time now for first in football. Go ahead.
Moving on to first in football, Daniel Jones, currently the quarterback of the Giants. He did a press conference and he had a lot to say. He talked about football.
You should fire him right now.
He talked about drafting quarterbacks, but no one cares what he said because that's what he looked like.
Yeah.
Would you be concerned if that was your quarterback?
Well, first, if I'm a Giant fan, I'm concerned that he is my quarterback because I've seen him play. Yeah. But this just is enough for me. This is like when Jet fans are like, we got to fire Adam Gase immediately. But wait a minute. He hasn't even coached the game yet.
Doesn't matter.
And this isn't the way I look. There you go.
Adam Gase.
All I can say is this. 2003, Las Vegas, 6 hits of Molly. And I'm just gonna,
you ain't lying.
5 too many. 5 too many.
He was tweaking.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Show it one more time.
Well, we got
this is the guy that the New York Giants are giving $40 million to this year and said no to Saquon Barkley.
So, Willie, they always say the quarterback in the huddle is that calming presence that gives everyone confidence.
Yeah.
Would that give you confidence in the huddle?
No, he's clearly trying to suppress the voices in his head. He had like 3 conversations going on in his head.
4 people.
He's trying to multitask through that whole situation. Like he's clearly tweaking it on air. Like, this is bad.
I am the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo. You will listen to me in this huddle.
Right.
If not, I will burn a hole through your body with the lasers in my eyes.
Yeah, he looks like Buzz
that
Lightyear.
freaks me out.
That's brutal.
We've got creepy eyes across the board here. We've got Daniel Jones, obviously. Then we've got Adam Gase, which was a classic.
And that was Adam Gase's introductory press conference.
Let's not forget the koala face.
And it's yours.
Yes. I mean, who's got the creepiest eyes in this creep?
By far, you.
Yeah,
that's called Joker, and the triple right there.
Jacoby, you look like you ate a koala before you took that picture.
Yeah, you're right. He's like Dahmer before he got the last that last victim. He's like, got him. Oh, your kidney's gonna taste good tonight. Yeah. I wouldn't. I appreciate the self-deprecation there. But if I was your family, I'd want that picture burnt.
Absolutely terrified.
Listen, I'm very proud of my relationship with Orlando. You know, we still stay in contact to this day. Me and Orlando the koala.
He has a name?
Yeah, it's Orlando the koala.
Everyone's got a fetish with it.
Koalas are not good animals. I hate
Moving on to second.
But just real quick, can you eat a koala bear?
No, they have STDs.
They're poisonous. They've got eucalyptus poisons. Yeah, that's why people don't eat them.
And they're riddled with STDs.
Also, very low body fat.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You would never guess this. Very little body fat. Lots of chlamydia. Moving on. C.J. Stroud spoke about his new teammate, Stephon Diggs, not about koala chlamydia. Just think about the juxtaposition between Daniel Jones and C.J. Stroud and what we just saw in those 2 press conferences. But you think about it, they've got Collins, Tank Dell, Diggs, Schultz, Mixon. Like, they've got an absolute squad upgraded from last year. What are realistic expectations for this Texans
team? Look, their
team?
offense should be money good, but, here's the thing. Right now, everything's good. It's perfect, right? You're coming off a great year. You're coming off a playoff win. You've made upgrades, what we believe are at least upgrades on paper, with Mixon over Singletary, adding depth to the wide receiver room by adding an all-world talent in Stephon Diggs, and it's all good today. The problem is that, the game isn't played on paper, as we all know also well. If it was, the New York Jets would have 9 Super Bowls, and they only have 1, and it's 55 years ago. But the reality is this. Stephon Diggs is a great teammate until he's not, right? And as much as C.J. Stroud loves having here, and if I were a quarterback, another major weapon and a guy that can beat teams, going long, being a possession guy, et cetera, who's still in his prime, what happens when he's not getting the ball? And if you're C.J. Stroud, the other 2 guys are young guys. So they don't know what they don't know. And they're just happy being there. And, Nico, of course, Tank's coming off the injury. Nico, flourished as a legitimate number 1 into the playoffs last year and was as good a deep threat as I think there was in the NFL throughout that year. So if you're C.J. Stroud, what are you going to do when Tank's getting 7 or 8 targets, when Nico's getting 7 or 8 targets, and in this one particular game, Stephon Diggs got 3 targets and has something to say about it? Because that's the one thing C.J. Stroud, with young wide receivers around him, didn't have to deal with. The egos aren't there yet because they're unproven as well. So a lot of times when you have everyone around the same age, with the same experience, you grow together, right? When you bring in the veteran who thinks his poop doesn't stink, who got himself traded out of Minnesota, forced his way out of Buffalo by being a malcontent, my words, no one else's, and now you're on your third team, and you want the rock. That's the one thing they didn't have to worry about last year because they're all growing up together. Now you add this veteran who's going to say, hey, wait a minute. I want 10 targets a game or I'm going to be pissed off. That's the potential problem.
So they did something smart with his deal. They said, how much do you have guaranteed? We're going to dump it all into this 1 year.
Yeah.
So, guess what? You're going to be a malcontent or you're going to be a problem? You're going to complain about touches? Then you're going to be gone after one season.
But here's the problem with that, and you're right. The problem with that is we all know the opportunity to win is fleeting. Right? Baltimore thought they had it, and they couldn't close out an AFC Championship game at home. The Bills last year, again, couldn't win a playoff game at home. You can't take for granted that because our nucleus is all together, all very young, that we're going to have multiple opportunities at this. Stephon Diggs could blow this whole thing up. Now, to be fair to Stephon Diggs, he could also be the reason they make the run. Yeah, sure. He's that good. But his history tells you if he doesn't get the ball, he's a problem. And this is a young team built around now a second-year quarterback. Stephon Diggs can be a problem for that exact situation because it's not like it's Aaron Rodgers. Use him. It's not like it's Patty Mahomes, a veteran quarterback with Pro Bowls, MVPs, and Super Bowl titles where he can say, dude, slow your roll. I know how to do this. Just follow me and we'll be good. He doesn't have that in Houston. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of teammate Stephon Diggs is with a young nucleus.
Well, we've got some more receiver news. This is the NFC. Guess what? Devonta Smith signed a $75 million extension. 3 years, $75 million, $51 million of those guaranteed, which now means that they're paying about $25 to A.J. Brown, $25 to Devonta Smith. What does this tell you about the Eagles organization and their goals?
Well, look, if they think you're really good, they pay you like you're really good. I respect this. It's a smart move. You don't want to lose Devonta Smith because they have, I think right now from a skill position standpoint, next to San Francisco, the best skill position offense in football in the NFC. I don't know how anyone could debate that with me outside of maybe Detroit because their wide receivers are badass as well. But they've committed money to the positions that win you games. And this is why I always say on the show, don't get caught up in a salary cap. You can sign everybody. So full screen me.
Oh.
Here's there you go.
Yeah, Craig.
So 255 for the quarterback, 38 for Saquon, 100 million for Brown, and another 75 million for Devonta Smith. Now,
not all that's guaranteed.
They're not going to get all of it, but those are the contracts they signed, okay? For a total of, 1 second, let's put the glasses on.
Oh, the glasses.
$467.7 million, right? Just call it $470 million.
The glasses are pretty good.
Somebody looks smart.
Hey,
Somebody looks smart.
The shirt.
That's right.
Full screen.
Somebody looks smart.
You look
full
great.
screen the glasses. Somebody looks smart. Right there. All right, so here's my point.
Lawyer.
Now, you have made a point here, and I think you've doubled down with my man here, Willie Colon. And I want to walk you through my point here. So $467 million committed from the Eagles to their quarterback, their running back, and their 2 wide receivers. Give me San Francisco. And this is the point now. This is why when people say San Francisco can't afford to sign Brandon Ayuk, they clearly can.
No.
They've spent $300 million less on the same positions that Philly has spent. Now, I'm well aware that Brock Purdy is making $1 million this year. I get it, all right? And at some point, he's going to be making 40 or 50 million bucks. Great. Add the 40 million to that right now. You're still $240 million away from where the Eagles are. So as we talk now about the Eagles signing Devonta Smith, and that should now set the table for other wide receivers going into lame duck years contractually who want to get the big money, and he gets $50 million guaranteed, you might see guys start signing now with getting a little bit more and a little bit more. But the situation in San Francisco is that San Fran absolutely can re-sign Brandon Ayuk and keep him in the house with those other guys. Philly just proved it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you also got to talk about so just to break down from Philly's situation, you also understand that A.J. Brown is playing in his 5th year, right? And so they're going to have to re-sign him. He's going to want more money if you want to keep him in-house. It makes sense that they signed Devonta Smith because now you got him locked up to 2028. That's in the bag. Overall, I don't see at the end of this year, they're going to have to let one of these guys go because there's only one true tandem receiving core that's making 20+ mil, and that's Mike Evans and Chris Brown in Tampa. They're making a big deal. Overall, Devonta Smith, You love him because of his durability. He's only missed one game, so he's a guy you can lean on. But from the San Francisco side, the reason why Brandon Ayuk is fighting because he wants more than what Tyreek Hill's making. And understand,
well, that's 30.
Right, and it may be more than that, especially if they're able to lock up. CeeDee Lamb may get an extension. Justin Jefferson may get paid, and whatever Jamar Chase gets at the end of the day. So
but it's all going to be based on the contract that Devonta Smith just signed. That's the starting point. They'll get more than him.
Right.
I'm with you on that. They may even get to $30 million. But the other situation, remember, Devonta Smith is one side of a two-headed monster because you have A.J. Brown. He's got 3 years left on that $100 million contract he signed. And by the way, that was a 4-year, $100 million deal. Do the math. That's $25 million per year. That's exactly what Devonta Smith got. So their two wide receivers are both getting $25 million a year. What happened?
You didn't even need the glasses for that math?
No, but if you want, just for the ladies out there.
Back. Bring the glasses back.
And the guys that like guys with glasses.
Yeah!
Oh. There you go.
What's up?
Wow, Craig.
How you doing?
The fact that you can see, I can tell you can see. Because you're not squinting. Nothing's happening. Just laser focus.
Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.